Alright guys, in today's video, we need to talk about the Whimpering Wastes situation in Wuthering Waves, because I do feel like when it comes to Whimpering Wastes and Wuwa, it was never perfect. Alright, it was never perfect since launch. It had its issues. One of the main things we complain about is that, Whimpering Wastes is an AoE focused in-game mode, which is fine because you look at games like HSR, you have Pure Fiction. It's fine that it's an AoE focused in-game mode, but we all complain about how characters like enemies were constantly running around, they were spreading out, we will have to chase after them, so therefore you had to use characters like Racha to group them up, Camellia, AoE damage, Gion, etc. But when it comes to tokens, all right, when it comes to tokens, we have been complaining about them implementing shield tokens for a hot minute. And Kuro, they did implement general buffs, general tokens that actually benefit multiple characters. And we thought that, the fact that the devs are actually implementing general buffs, general tokens, maybe there is hope for Whimpering Wastes. But no, we're back to square one. We're implementing shield tokens. We're implementing a token that literally shields a character that is not even in the game yet. Augusta is like coming in, what, 20 days? I have no idea. 20 days or 23 days? I don't know. But to implement Augusta buff this early, when her buff is very, very specific, is like when we come over here to the game, this buff, it really doesn't benefit anybody right now. All right? It doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't benefit Zhang Liao. All right? Doesn't benefit him because he's not a heavy attack unit. Charo, who the fuck is gonna use Charo in 2025? All right, so when we come over here, let's take a look at the tokens. Him to the End amplifies heavy attack damage and electro damage by 50%. Now the electro damage amp by 50%, sure, it's cool, but it's just not like, it's not enough, man. 50% electro damage amp. I would rather use Plunderer instead. I would rather use Plunderer. And when we take a look at the popular teams here, you guys can see nobody is using Zhang Liao, bro. Nobody. When it comes to the top 10 teams, ain't nobody using Zhang Liao. It's mostly the Frolova team, and it's mostly the Fusion team that people are using. And also Camellia, but it's not that much, right? And you have Cartethia as well. But it's mostly pure Fusion team and Frolova team. Ain't nobody using Zhang Liao. So this buff over here, the fucking Electro buff, why? Why implemented this early? It would have been better if they implemented a general buff instead, where like if somebody uses Resistance Liberation, if a character uses a Resistance Liberation, they receive a 90% crit damage bonus, 90% or 80%. Something that everybody can activate. That's what they need to do moving forward when it comes to Whimpering Wastes. At least implement one general token that benefits every unit in the game. And the reason why is because I shouldn't feel punished because I didn't summon for the latest 5-star character. I shouldn't feel punished because I didn't drop money in the game, right? Because when we do take a look at Hoyo in-game, right, all these Hoyo games and their in-game content, it's a disaster. It's literally you summoning for the latest 5-star character in order for you to actually enjoy in-game content. And when it comes to Wuwa, for TOA, you don't have to summon for the latest 5-star character to actually enjoy TOA and clear it. But when it comes to Whimpering Wastes, they are moving towards that direction where they're implementing tokens that shield the latest 5-star character. It's frustrating. Like, you look at the Frolova buff here. This is for Frolova, obviously, and then this is for Augusta. So you have two buffs that shield a specific unit. And then we also have Whispers from Dim Abyss, which shields Fusion team only. Fusion characters only. This reset is a disaster. And after I made my video going through Wiwa, this reset, I was like, let me see if I can go ahead and get an S grade. Bro, I think it took me like a solid 20 or 30 minutes to at least reach S rank. and I got 4,900 points. I'm using Kartethia, Senwa, Rover, and I'm using Plunderer. Nigga, I got 1,570 points, bro. Are you kidding me? Now, I'm not surprised for the Fusion team. I did really good. But 1,001k points with Kartethia? It's either the damage taken increase is just bugged and it's not working, or the enemies just have a fuck ton of HP in this reset, because I just don't understand why, you know, this reset, like, I just don't understand why these enemies are extremely tanky. Like, when I would pop Kartethia's ult, like, it would deal like 39k, like, you know, multiple times, and it would equal like what, 200k, 300k. But even if that's the case, these enemies, like, when I would pop her ult, nigga, their health bar would move like halfway and that's it. It's actually insane. Even the small enemy trash mobs, even them, those little pieces of shits that be running around, they're tanky as fuck too. So I don't know what's going on in this reset, but Kuro, y'all niggas need to get y'all shit together. For real. Y'all need to get y'all shit together when it comes to Whimpering Wastes, because the way that Whimpering Wastes is right now, it is very inconsistent. The way that Whimpering Wastes is being managed, it's inconsistent. Sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's extremely dog shit. And right now, it's really, really bad. When they started implementing general buffs, Whimpering Wastes was actually very, very fun. It was really, really chill, because you had the option to pick a buff that every character can activate. Like, if it was really easy for us to reach S rank, then I feel like a lot of us would not be complaining about this reset. But the issue is, reaching S rank is not that easy, bro. Like, I was sweating my ass off to get to S rank. And I could possibly reach double S too, because I got 4,900 points, and you only need 5,000 points to reach double S. So I can reach double S, but the only reason why I was able to reach S rank is because of Plunderers, bro. If it wasn't for Plunderers, I would have been cooked. Like, Absolver's Captain Seal, I had like 4.2k points. 4.2k with Absolver. And the reason why I chose Absolver for Kartethia is because of the basic attack crit damage increase, and that's it. If you don't pick Plunderers, you're gonna suffer. You are gonna suffer. And I did hear, this is probably not true, but some people said that they nerfed Plunderers. I don't know if that's true or not, so we're not going to talk about it. But if it is true that Kuro nerfed Plunderers, that would be bullshit. Because Plunderers is like pretty much the free-to-play token. It's like the go-to token whenever they start doing bullshit with these exquisite tokens. Not exquisite, golden tokens. When they start doing bullshit with the golden tokens, we pretty much use Plunderers, bro. That's what I did. I was like, damn, no buffs over here that can actually benefit Kartethia and her team. Let me go and use Plunderers. And if they decide to nerf this shit to the ground to the point where it's not going to be good anymore, this whole game mode is fucking cooked. Plunderers is low-key carrying Whimpering Wastes right now. I'm not gonna lie. That shit is carrying Whimpering Wastes. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. That's like my whole take on the whole Weaver reset situation. Now, some of you guys are going to be like, well, you do have Zani, and Zani benefits from the heavy attack buff. The thing is, Zani, if you're gonna use Zani in Whimpering Wastes, and if you don't have Phoebe, you're gonna have a tough time, because before you use Zani, you're gonna have to use Spectral Over to inflict Spectral Frazzle stacks. But however, all right, here's the thing: when I inflict the Spectral Frazzle stacks, I defeat those enemies with Zani, and the Spectral Frazzle stacks go away. So I have to switch back to Spectral Over, put the Spectral Frazzle stacks on the new enemies that appeared, and then switch back to Zani. It's just too much when it comes to Zani. It's too much. All right, I tried with her. It was worse. It was way worse than Kartethia. Way worse. If you don't have Phoebe, it's a disaster. So the fact that I have one dupe on Kartethia, and you guys know for Kartethia, her resonance chain, when you have one dupe on her, when you get R1, you get like a 100% crit damage boost. I think it's 100% or 80%. I think it's 100. But she gets a huge damage boost from her R1. The fact that I'm getting 1.5k points with a Kartethia that has one dupe, I have her best in slot weapon, her crit rate is at around like 78%, and her crit damage with her R1 is probably like 350% crit damage. And the best I can do with that is 1.5k points in Whimpering Wastes. It's either they increase the HP or the damage taken increase is just bugged and it's not working. So what they need to do if they want to fix this, they need to implement at least one general token that every unit in the game can activate, that every DPS unit, no matter of fact, can benefit from. That's what they need to do. They shouldn't make 3 tokens that are very, very specific. They just shouldn't do that, because it's literally, this is what happens when you implement buffs that shield specific units. A lot of people are going to complain. So hopefully, I'm going to put this in the survey, by the way, guys. I'm going to put this in the survey. Hopefully the devs fucking listen, and for the next reset, they're not too hyper focused on the new shiny limited 5-star character that is not in the game yet. Hopefully. But I hope you guys have a good one. I will catch you guys on the next one. Adios.